So these GameCube inspired Joy-Cons for the Nintendo Switch are awesome, and I'm excited to tell you about them today. What's up everybody, Corey with Freaky Tech Reviews here, and today we're checking out the NYXI Wizard wireless joypads. This thing promises to blend nostalgia with modern tech, and I'm really excited to check it out because they look awesome and they work even better. Starting out, the controllers bring back that classic GameCube vibe, but with some modern upgrades. The controllers can work individually as Joy-Cons by replacing them, or they can work with a unified gamepad that includes a middle bridge, which also has pass-through charging. Each controller has its own USB-C port, so you can also charge them separately if you need to. The joypads are made from a high-quality plastic that's both durable and lightweight, and they have an ergonomic design that feels really comfortable in your hands, and it's perfect for when you're gaming for long periods of time, and it's very similar to those GameCube controllers, except overall they feel a bit beefier in my opinion. Each controller measures approximately 5.5 inches long and 2.8 inches wide, and it makes them a bit bulkier than standard Joy-Cons, and you can especially see this with how much thicker they are than the Switch, but they are still manageable. The weight is balanced nicely, and they give it a nice solid feel without being too heavy. Now, full disclaimer, NYXI did send out the Wizard Wireless for me to check out and review, however that has no impact on my thoughts on it. For the buttons and sticks, the buttons are laid out in that classic GameCube style with a very large green A button in the center, the smaller B button, and the X and Y buttons surrounding them. And while it also has that classic yellow C stick, it is a larger joystick than the actual GameCube controller, which I think is a much better upgrade. The triggers are analog, providing more precise control, and the D-pad is also quite responsive and bouncy, and it also has programmable back buttons which you can map to your favorite functions. It connects wirelessly to both the Switch and Switch OLED models via Bluetooth, which ensures a seamless connection with minimal latency, and the controllers also support wired play through USB-C connection, which is great if you're worried about battery life during a long play session. Now, the Wizard Wireless has some excellent features such as 6-axis gyro, a turbo mode, dual shock vibrations, button mapping, and indicator lights. The joysticks themselves are also Hall effect joysticks, and that way you don't have to worry about them developing drift. And one thing I also like about the triggers is that they are lighter and less resistant and only have a 0.3mm travel distance. And this controller also has vibration, which has ranges from 0 up to 100% that you can customize and set for yourself. Now, coming in at a very solid price point, these joypads offer a lot of bang for your buck. Given their build quality and feature set, they're competitively priced compared to other premium third-party controllers and come in at about $70. Now, diving into the things that I like and the things that I could do better, I'm starting out with what I like about them, which is the GameCube style controller design, because it's just awesome. It's not only a nostalgia trip, but they're also very practical and they feel really good in your hand. And I love the fact that they can function as standalone controllers or Joy-Cons, because being able to replace the very crappy Switch Joy-Cons is important to me. And one thing that I'm a big fan of is that the joysticks have much more travel than those traditional Joy-Con joysticks, which really are almost made to be replaced. All of the buttons are very responsive, which is great for fast-paced games, which, let's be real, the GameCube controller is ultimately designed for Super Smash Bros. So playing Super Smash Bros. On the Switch with this design just gives you that edge, I feel like, and that's why I love it so much. I also love that the middle bridge is designed for charging as a complete controller, and you can pull them apart and charge them separately. It's just a nice way to keep them organized, and I really like that about it. Plus, they just look fantastic, and they have that really cool retro vibe with that GameCube purple on your Switch, which I'm a big fan of. But there are a few drawbacks. Given how long the Switch has been out, most people probably already have a favorite controller, so these might feel a little bit late to the party. Especially if you take a look at something like the Nitro Deck that I've featured a couple of times on this channel, which is a fantastic Switch device. It's kind of late to start bringing in new accessories for the Nintendo Switch, especially because it looks like the Switch 2 might be releasing in 2025. So it's kind of up to you if you really want to purchase more Nintendo Switch accessories at this point, but I do hope that this positions NYXI in a really good spot to have excellent Switch 2 accessories, because I think they're already off to a hot start. I will say that the buttons are a bit soft on the front. I like how clicky the trigger and bumper buttons are, but those front buttons are a little bit soft and wiggly, and personally I do prefer a firmer press, but that just might be a matter of taste. Also, you cannot use the Switch's kickstand with these attached, but basically that just means you can't just set it up whenever you're done playing with it, because you really wouldn't ever need to have it on the kickstand with these things on them. And I will say that they are absolutely on the bulky side. They're not going to be easy to travel with and tuck into a travel tech pouch, and that's definitely something to consider if you're constantly on the go with your Switch. But overall, I absolutely love the Wizard Wireless joypad. The retro GameCube aesthetic paired with modern features makes it an excellent purchase, especially at this price point. If you're on the market for a new set of controllers and want something that stands out, then I highly recommend these, because it's hard to find something that looks that cool and is also very functional. But I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Do you like the style of this? Are you on the market for new Nintendo Switch controllers, or are you waiting for the Switch 2? Let me know down below. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and join the Freaky Tech family, and hitting that like button really helps the channel grow a long way. But thank you so much for stopping by and spending some of your day with me. Again, I'm Corey with Freaky Tech Reviews. I'll see you next time.